This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Drip and Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You also watch our video podcast over on youtube.com/DripGeeb. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the season finale of the Drip and Geeb Podcast. How you doing, Drip? What's up, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. It's Christmas time. I love Christmas.
Hope all those sound effects worked out well for you guys. But thank you guys so much for joining us for the season finale of the Drip and Geeb Podcast.
I actually just turned it up to listen to it. It sounded pretty good.
Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, that's awesome. Guys, this is the season finale. This is season 2, and we did season 1 last year. That was great. We've completed season 2 here with this episode once it goes live. I think this year is also great. We'll get to that in a second. We got some little statistics for you guys to tell you about the episode, but also we had an amazing year in games this year. But you and I were looking.
We did.
You and I were looking at during the pre-show.
Yeah,
when we do our little pod prep, and I was happily surprised to see what not necessarily Nintendo, but just in general, lots of good games that came out this year that I really had a good time with.
In general, a lot of good games. Yeah, on the Switch. I mean. Yeah, for me, it's like, this is, there was good games. There's definitely good games. I had fun with a lot of stuff, but I feel like, if I'm being 100% honest, I played my Switch less this year than I played my Switch last year.
You know what? I think that kind of goes for me as well, to be honest with you, because I think there was just more time in 2020 and 2021 than there is in 2022. We kind of got back to our lives. Also, no Zelda, which we'll get to that again later on. But that's a big reason why. Because 2021 we got Skyward Sword, and I know you didn't play that very much, but boo!
Yeah, I played some.
I need a boo sound effect. I don't have one. But
listen, I'm going back on stream. I'm playing all kinds of stuff I haven't played, so that'll be one of them. Miles Morales needs to get finished first, then we'll go to something else.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I don't even know where to begin here. I got to look at my list because what a show we have planned for you guys. Totally organized. Pleasantries, Drip. I asked you how you were doing. You said you were doing great. I'm good, by the way. No one ever asked me. I always ask you. You never ask me.
Oh, how are you?
No, I'm it's fine, man. You don't ask me.
Sure
it's
you're
fine.
good? You don't sound good.
No, I'm good, man. I'm doing good.
You don't sound like you're good now.
I had a lot of button presses a second ago. I was playing an instrument with all the button presses I was just pressing a second ago. I felt like a master of buttons. But we're going to get to the year in review as far as our podcast is concerned, Drip, because, we did a podcast this year, the whole year. This is our 39th official episode. We had other episodes that were like bonus episodes. 39th official episode
just this year.
Just this year. In 2022.
Okay. You said that earlier, and I was like, I feel like we've done this a lot more than that, but...
I don't know the actual number of how many episodes total. I could probably find out really fast on my podcast app. We'll tell you, I think it's like 75, something like that. 39 real episodes and a bunch of bonus episodes. That's pretty cool. By the way,
bonus episodes.
Yeah, because I did the Wait Hold My Beers, or the when we were last week we didn't do a podcast last week, so I put up an episode. That's a bonus episode. That's not an actual episode.
Yes.
But 39. Let's get to some other stats for a podcast. You guys want to hear about our successes, don't you? Just gloat about us. Oh my God, it's so small on my screen. Hold on. Beep-a-deep-a-doo. I was not going to show them.
I have them here. Would you
you read them for a second, because I can't see them.
We are a top 10 podcast for 29 fans.
That's right. I can actually, that one I can see. It's the next one after. Yeah. Top 10. So 29 of you guys, we're in your top 10 podcasts.
That is cool. That is cool.
Cool.
You're a top 5 podcast for 18 people, and we are a number 1 podcast for 4 people out there.
You 4
people? Whoever you are, you are what makes the world go round.
If you're one of those 4 people, make sure you're in my Discord, number 1, and number 2, reach out to me. I got something. You know what? I got something special for you guys.
I might have a karaoke machine for you. I've got a couple of them lying around.
Oh my god!
I might have 4 to 5 extras. So.
Oh my god! I would please give away all 4. Give 4 karaoke machines to all 4 of those people.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And by the way, if you have to have proof, you have to show me a screenshot that you're our top podcast, or other way around. It's the next one, Drew. I can't read the next one. It's so small. The square one.
Okay, hang on. I can't read that. Are you insane?
Let me pull it up on my. I can pull it up on my phone. Don't worry.
I have 100-year-old eyeballs, man.
Hold on, I'll get it on my phone. Podcast room.
What the hell does that say?
All right, guys. So we have the 35 episodes. That does not count December. So 35 episodes, 2,001 minutes. We've posted 2,000 minutes of content. 2,000 minutes. People listen to us in 13 countries, and our listener base is up 79% from the year previous.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
I don't know if that's Spotify only, because I feel like that might be Spotify only, because I don't know if it was that good of the year, but at least it doesn't feel like it in terms of numbers, because I could see them on the back end. But either way, super impressive. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. And by the way, that does not count YouTube at all. Anything that happens on YouTube, this has nothing to do with it. So this is only audio statistics. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for that.
Well, the YouTube, that's another thing too, honestly, that we did this year. We finally figured out where we're going to be broadcasting this podcast live.
We started to, as Adam put in the pre-show, we birthed editing videos and posting them on our YouTube account with thumbnails and everything, and also murdered it in the same year.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was great. Rest in peace, editing videos. That's the
thing. We were recording them.
Yeah.
On your Twitch and then my Twitch, and back and forth and back and forth.
Right.
And eventually decided, I think it was after a break or something. Was it after you came here? Is that when we started? After the vacation, whenever you came here?
Roundabout, yeah.
And yeah, I think this is much better. I like just doing this live here.
Yes.
I like this a lot better. This is much.
It grows our channel faster too, and ultimately we want to get we want to spread the word of Drip and Geeb as far as we can. We are a cult. We're like Christianity, but like Drip and Geeb style. Like spread the word.
It's just like that. Yeah,
it's just exactly like it. Just like
we have people that go and knock on people's doors.
I threw somebody. I threw somebody.
Time to talk about
our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, guys. So what's the next little statistics we got here for you guys? Yeah, so we're up 79% listener base. We're up 75 hours. People listening to us for 75% more hours. We're up 74% of our followers are up as well. I don't even see a follower number. My app does not show me how many followers we have on audio app platforms. We have 400 subscribers on YouTube. By the way, while we're talking about it, thank you guys for 400 followers on YouTube. That's another yay! That's another milestone that we hit as well this year. Thank you guys for that.
That is cool. That is great.
And our streams, not streams on YouTube, streams in terms of like people not downloading, but people just streaming our episodes, are up 57% this year. So thank you guys for all that goodness. What is this? Your listener's personality is time traveler. Your fans are audio time travelers. They seek out podcasts that are new to them, regardless of whether they're new to the rest of the world. Basically, you guys go back and listen to our old stuff, which is seriously, that means a lot for me in particular, because the effort I take to upload an episode and for only get to be watched once kind of sucks. Yeah. So like, if you guys can like watch them, not necessarily watch them again, but just like, oh, that old episode, let me that from like a long time. That's where Dribble G Selects birthed. It's like, because there's some gold episodes we've done in the past.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why you do it too, because it is some stuff that's like, that there was some good times back there.
Yeah, we have a really good one coming up next week.
If you haven't heard this, you should totally check it out.
Yeah, next week is a really funny one. I think you guys.
What's next week?
Actually, next week is I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'll tease it. That was the episode we had our girlfriends on. That's next week.
Oh, wait. Was everybody here?
Yeah. Remember when we had our...
Yeah, I mean, I remember when it was, yes.
Not at your house. When we had your Kim was on the phone. That episode's dead, remember? I don't know where that thing is. You have it on your stuff.
I don't know. No,
we have to find that
wait. Did we stream it on... It's somewhere.
It's on YouTube. You have it somewhere. But we'll talk about that after the podcast. I need that footage so I can do something with it.
It's is that on my channel?
That's on your my channel? Yeah, sure
okay.
did.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere then.
Yeah, so guys, 13 countries. United States is number 1, obviously. We are Americans. Number 2 is Mexico. 3 is Canada. 4th is United Kingdom, and the 5th country listen to Drip podcast. 5th most. Can anyone guess out there? I'm gonna give the chat a second to guess. Throw your guess chat into the chat, everyone. Drip, what do you think is the 5th most listened country of the Drip podcast? Oh, that one girl says Australia. That's a really good
Germany.
Guess. Germany? Australia?
France.
Or UK? UK was number 4, guys. Brazil's a great guess. Okay, guys.
I have the information. Where's it at?
It's not. I'll tell you this, guys. It's not Australia. And I blame Fappy for that. Fappy doesn't listen to us enough. So, fuck Fappy. It's all your fault.
Come on.
No. Indonesia.
Yeah.
So, all you guys listening in Indonesia, if you want to reach out to us on Drip and G Twitter just to say hi, let us know that you listen to us. That's cool. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to us from Indonesia. Sweet. And there's a couple more little here but that was it. You created 21 60 minutes, so 2,160 minutes of content. 93% of this is cool. That's more than 93% of other creators in the leisure category. So we're in the top 7% of leisure in terms of minutes listened for media gaming.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on upstairs in my house.
That's all good. Drip has his kids right now, and
I hear things. I don't know what is happening. 2 of them should be in bed already.
I know.
And above me is just a playroom, so I don't know why the oldest one would even be in there. She has no interest in anything in that room.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for what a good 2022 we've had. Like in terms of like what's the word, Drip? Moving forward in our analytics and stuff is wonderful for you guys. Thank you guys for progression in the analytics. Thank you guys so much for that. So that's the first little part of the 2022 we want to review. The next part, Drip, is the fun part because it's a thing that we talk about all the time.
The Switch Pro.
Yes. Or Zelda.
Oh, yeah. Which one is it? What are we talking about?
No, we're talking about as a whole, what came out, what we liked, what we didn't like in terms of 2022, the whole year in review. I know I have some stuff here that I like. I actually have a top 5 list, but this is where we'll use our links strip. We'll look at the links that we.
Yeah, I don't have a top 5 list.
That's totally fine, man. Just tell some of your favorites.
I'm gonna go with yours. You know what? Just looking at some of the ones that I see here, I mean, there's obvious standouts we'll get to, but some of the ones that people may forget about because they happen so early in the year.
Yeah.
One of them, not a Switch exclusive, but man, Turtles was a hell of a lot of fun. Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah. Yes.
What a great game that was. That was
seriously
so much fun.
And they just announced an update today, or this week, and maybe today.
Way.
Yeah. So they're adding some their performance stuff, obviously, bug fixes. But excuse me, there's like a CRT style they're gonna add, make it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's
got like the little wavy lines that go up and stuff. I mean, and
there's some things that people were complaining about that they fixed bugs wise, gameplay wise. Like
it did have that weird thing where it was so hard to get in an online match.
I believe that
together.
I'm sure they had to address that at some point.
I'm sure. Yeah, I haven't played it in a while, but that was one that I honestly forgot about until I saw it on this list here. I was like, that was great. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah. I'm going to start with an honorable mention, not my full list, but here's an honorable mention that's not in my top 5. And that's going to go to Switch Sports, dude. Switch Sports came out this year.
Switch Sports, yeah, and that was awesome.
Snubbed for Family Game of the Year in terms of a nomination. I don't know if it should have won. It should have been nominated though.
Nominated at least, yeah.
At least, I
agree.
What a tough. I know this has been argued in our community for a while. What's a family game? What's not a family game? When I think family game, I think Wii Sports.
That has it on every level.
I think Switch Sports is a family game.
Well, yeah, because that's the argument we always have. It's okay, family game. You mean games you can play with your family? No, I mean games that are okay for anyone in the family to play. This works on both of those levels.
It drives me nuts.
I mean it's a good game. It's fun. It's well done. It runs great. The just
The motion control is fantastic.
the motion control is crazy good, especially coming from the original like Wii Sports bowling to this.
Yes.
Just every little movement, like everything matters. You know what I mean? Like the way that everything's faced. It's
in bowling,
really
the way
cool.
that you finish. Like if I finish with my wrist position as I finish matters. Like, oh, I need to keep it straight. Oh, I need to curve my wrist. Like that it matters. And I would throw gutter balls and I get mad, but I'm like, oh, that's just actually just good game design. Like that's my bad. I mean, that's my fault. I need to keep my wrist straight.
Well, that's the cool thing about it too. They tell you like in the loading screens, like actual bowling technique matters.
Yeah.
So, try to do that. It's really cool.
Yeah. What's another game from this year that you really liked?
I don't know. I really liked, what I did actually enjoy a lot of, and I know this is probably on your list, so I kind of don't want to like take it. I know it's on your list. It may be number one. So maybe I won't talk about it right now.
Okay. I don't think you know what my number one is actually.
If I guess it, no, I'm not going to guess
I'll tell you that my number one is debatable. I will say that. Even within myself, I debate it. My number one could have easily been not in my top 5 at all. There's the hint. But I'll give you my number 5. My number 5.
Okay, what's your number 5?
Uncle Geeb's number 5 favorite game of 2022 goes to Sonic Frontiers.
Dude, if I made a top 5 list, it's probably higher than 5.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish the game. I will be 100% honest. I'm not going to finish the game. You know how I am with this stuff.
Yeah.
Especially games that just keep making me do the same exact thing in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna keep me that long. My ADHD won't let me just stay and do the same things over and over. I'm not getting the satisfaction anymore. Not getting that. Not getting what I need from that. But the design of the levels, the way that you do all this stuff, like people have talked like a lot of shit on just like, oh, it's just weird rails in the air. And this, like, I don't even care. It's awesome. It's so much fun, especially if you can really get some of the timing down and connect all these things and get to the end of it and get the little, it's so satisfying. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game.
That's the key word for me as well, is satisfying. Like what a satisfying game it is. And I guess I learned that I should play other 3D Sonics from Sonic Frontiers, because it's basically, I saw some gameplay. I think John, formerly of Nintendo Life, now with Good Vibes Gaming, he posted a video of Sonic. It's his favorite franchise. Wouldn't have figured that. But he talked about all the other games in Sonic franchise he's played and owned. And I'm like, wow, like these games look like Sonic Frontiers, just like 2D, 3D, and different, And I'm just like,
and I really did like that about it too. Like all the zones that you went in, some of them were just 2D. Like it was just really, really awesome looking 2D Sonic. Yeah. Well, and then some of them were like, they were like following from behind instead of like actual like side scrolling. It was like, it's still kind of a 2D thing. Yeah. 2D, 3D, but I really enjoyed it all. Like all the old school levels, like the Green Hills zones and stuff. Like I really, really liked the way they did it. And do you remember that was like my biggest complaint when we had Shibby on? We were talking about this the first time. I'm like, why didn't they just make it look like that? But they did. They totally did. It's in there. It's totally in the game. It's just they didn't show it. It's so weird too, because there's so many good parts of that game that we never. Still to this day haven't seen in a trailer. Like the really good stuff they should have been showing off in the game. Yeah, I don't think it's ever been in a trailer.
I mean, that's probably why they want to keep the surprise. And it's, I haven't actually talked about it yet. You've been talking about it, which is fine. But like Sonic Frontiers for me, I stopped playing it when Pokemon came out.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I also actually stopped playing it before Pokemon came out. I stopped playing it, not because I'm kind of like you. Like I just kind of lost my attention with it. It kind of got boring. I got to the second world and I got a little lost. I couldn't find my next zone to progress the story. So like I was kind of like, I don't really want to keep playing. I can't find the next story checkpoint. So I just kind of stopped. And I want to get back to it because I think the story is going to be pretty good. Probably the best Sonic story ever.
I mean, it was okay. I could kind of see what's happening. I'm in the third. I'm in it to the third one. There's only 5.
Yeah.
But like, and I think someone told you that like it's different in the third one.
Yes.
It's not.
Maybe the fourth then.
It's pretty much the same in the third one. And I
was told that it was mostly rails.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot the rail system and how you have to like make things go together and hit certain buttons to get to the next progression of the rail, and then jump to the next one. That does get a little bit more difficult because you have to have some timing and make sure you're actually not just watching it happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, there is that, but other than that, I don't know. It was good. It was fun.
Yeah. So let me give you guys. I'm gonna give you my number 4. Then I'm gonna give you an honorable mention. Okay. Number 4 for me, top games of 2022 that I've played. Obviously, this is a list that I created from games I played. So if your game's not on it, probably because I didn't play it. Cult of the Lamb, number 4 for me.
I knew that was going to be up
on
there
season or in my top 5 for 2022. I played the shit out of that game, dude. I played that game for 40 hours on PC, and then played another 12 hours, 15 hours on Switch. I have 3 different save files. All of them have many days in progression into days in like in-game progression. If you know how the game works, it's like a day system. Like 50, I probably have 200 days played in, not literal, like I said, in the game progression. 200 days, lots and lots of days, lots and lots of hours, like probably 50 hours total of Cult of the Lamb for me. I streamed it a bunch, had a lot of fun with it, especially in October for a spooky game to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you played it a ton then.
Yeah, the chat interaction was one of my favorite parts about that game. To be able to play with my stream, fun. So fun.
Yeah, well, and that's what made it worth playing on PC too.
Right? Yes.
Because I got it on Switch and I was like, well, how do I hook this up? Because I want to do this. How do I hook it up? And then I realized, oh, you can't. That's why.
I bought the game
playing
twice.
Playing it on PC, yeah.
I bought it twice. Well, once on Steam, once on Switch.
I enjoyed watching you play it. I played it for like an hour. It's cool. I just
I get it. Yeah.
If I would have went a little bit further, I think I probably would have got sucked in and started really getting into it. I don't know. There wasn't a lot on the Switch that really got me this year. The one game that I finished, I mean, maybe there's more games that I finished on the Switch that I'm not remembering. One that I finished for sure, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. As far as Kirby games go, I don't think there's ever been one this good. This game was really good.
Yeah. Kirby Forgotten Land was an excellent game. It's not in my list. It is in my.
Not?
It's in my honorable mentions.
All right. Well, we're honorably mentioning it right now. I would say it's definitely in my top. It's in my top 5 games of the year for sure. I mean, was it hard? No, but man, it was fun. It was very original. Just the mouthful mode stuff that was really cool.
It was yeah.
The level design was really fun. Everything about it was fun. I mean, it was good. It wasn't full on like a 3D Kirby. That was kind of weird. I did find that a little bit strange.
Yeah.
That it was kind of a locked camera in certain places. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could move a little bit to kind of see what was going around. But I mean, I finished that one. I beat that one on stream. All of it.
Sure did. Yeah.
That was fun.
Another honorable mention for me, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me ask you this. How many episodes did you actually finish?
So it's in my honorable mentions, and it would have been number 1 if I actually played it, to be honest with you. I didn't play it because I bought it knowing that I was going to get to it later. I knew that, and by the way, I bought it on PC. That's a big reason why I played so little, because I want to be able to play the game on the go. I wish I bought it on Switch.
I'm glad I got it on Switch.
I bought it on PC because of the graphics, and boy, howdy, is that worth it? Like Jesus, it looks so freaking good on the PC. Like, no regrets there. The problem is I don't get to play it that much on PC because I use my PC for work, and I'm trying to separate work from play, and it's hard to do that when you have video games on your work machine. So it's like. I want to work when I sit at this chair, not play games. So I ended up not playing it that much this year. I bet you it'll be one of my top games of 2023, even though it's not going to be a game of 2023, because I'll probably play it more next year. I don't know, though. Another game like that was from a few years ago, the other Star Wars game, the one with the Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, Fallen Order. Yes,
I haven't finished that either. I started
it twice. I've started it twice.
Love like if that game was on Switch, I would have beat it twice already. But it's just it's less convenient for me to play it on
Game
PC.
Pass, and I started it again on Game Pass, and I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really need to do that, and that's the thing, because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time. I was playing Switch and Xbox pretty much. That was it.
Yeah.
Then I got this PlayStation, and the Xbox kind of just it's there. I use it. Like
Yeah.
it's, it's there. I don't use it that much.
Yeah.
I'm usually playing games over here.
Mhm.
If I'm playing games, because I need, headphones
Right.
or whatever. I mean, it's just usually how it goes. So I've just been playing the PlayStation. I don't know. I need to get the Xbox over here. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order will be one of those ones I go back to.
Yeah.
I'd like to, because the new one looks really cool. So I'd like to go back to that. But I think I did 4, maybe 5 of the episodes on Skywalker Saga.
Yeah.
I got pretty deep into it because they're not long.
Right.
They're really not
all.
long.
Not at all.
I mean, what are they? 2 hours, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they were. I think I was doing an episode a stream when I was playing it on stream.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I usually don't go more.
I would say any more time spent than 2 hours is you probably just and that was just kind of traversing the terrain a little bit, having some fun because there's lots of Easter eggs and little stuff like that in that game.
Yeah.
Honorable mention for me, didn't make my top list. That's my fault. It would have been number 1 if I actually played the game. It's so good. What a nice reimagining of Lego games. I think they did a great job with that. Number 3 on my Uncle Geeb's top 5 games 2022. That's gonna be Shredder's Revenge. We already talked about it. That's how much I love this game, guys. It's number 3. Okay. Of all games that I've played, and that game is the least game I've played in terms of hours out of all the games.
It was great though. I mean, we've already talked about it. I mean, it was good. It was great.
It's not because it's not a good game. I didn't play it a lot. It's because it's just a short game. And the other thing is too, I played on my brother's profile, on my nephew's profile, a lot when it came out. I probably have 5-10 hours just on like their profiles, me playing on as like player 2 kind of deal on their Switch.
Yeah.
And then I have another 5 hours on my own profile.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've beat it with other people like 3 times.
Yeah.
And then by myself a couple times, and then the first time we beat it, the day when I was streaming it and stuff, because once you beat it, the first time you unlock Casey Jones.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't realize that I could just keep going with another save. I didn't have to delete the one I just did. So I got Casey Jones and instantly deleted that one to start over and then realized Casey Jones was also gone. I was like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Terrible mistake.
So I have some honorable mentions that actually are games I have not even played this year, but they're games that I wish I would have played and I'm going to in the future, and other people have played them and said how good they are, and I trust their opinions on it. So here's a couple, just to name a couple that I didn't play this year. Bayonetta 3. I really wish I played that game. It looks
Sonic came
so
out
freaking good.
Yeah, Sonic came out and it took me away from it, and I haven't got back into it, but yeah, it is, dude, it's awesome. It is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I need to go back and finish that.
Yeah,
because that was good. And it's not a crazy long game. It's one you could finish pretty easily. But yeah, it's just it's the combat, man. It's just so damn satisfying.
It looks it. The frame rate looks solid 60, and I just want to eat it up.
It's nice, man. It's nice. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's one. It's not one of those games where you have to like really be invested in what's going on. It's just mindless, off the wall, crazy shit, and really fun combo.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's a good time. I'm gonna finish that one too because that's not a long one. That's what gets me. That's what just gets me about some of these games. It's like I want to play, but I'm old. I'm old, man. I have so much stuff going on, trying to do this, trying to do that, and then I lose the time to play the game for what? A week, 2 weeks,
mm-hmm.
and then you come back to it and you realize, I forget the entire move list. I have no idea to do anything.
Yeah.
Then it's like, should I even try to continue at this point? Because now I suck at the game. I'm so far in. All the bad guys are so much harder.
I know.
Should I just start the motherfucker over? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And then I start the game over, and then I get pissed and I don't play it.
I do things with games like that all the time. So I totally understand where you're coming from with that one. Triangle Strategy is a game that I played on Game Pass for like a week. And then I got rid of Game Pass and never got to play it again. And Game Pass on PC. I had a lot of fun with that game.
I mean, you know already. That's not my thing. But
I was shocked that how much fun I had with it in the short time I did. It's not a game that would be in my top 5. I wanted to mention it because I did play a little bit of it, and I had a really good time. I think there's not too many strategy games on our list here, so I just want to shout out the strategy game category. Like Triangle Strategy was fantastic. They're announcing the next game in the series coming out in 2023.
What number are you at right now? You have 2 left?
I have 2 left.
How? There's 3 games I know that have to be. That one of them's missing.
You'll see.
You'll see. Now it's interesting.
You'll see.
Okay, well, I want to bring up one.
Don't. If it's big, don't talk. We'll talk.
It's not big. It's not big.
Okay.
I bought it.
Oh,
because I was like, man, that looks cool. That looks fun. It was kind of like. It was kind of around the Halloween time, you know. It was before it, but it was like, man, this is like, that's a cool game. I want to play that because I remember playing it in the arcade. And now I just forgot the name of it.
Come on, man.
Come on, help me out.
Hey, man, I'm surfing over here. I can't remember what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening, man.
Help me out here.
I have no idea
the name
what
of
you're
this
talking about.
game. House of the Dead.
Oh, you talked about that earlier. Okay,
yeah. It's a light gun shooter at an arcade, but they remade it. It's on the Switch. It's fun, man. It's literally point at the screen, reload. He's saying, reload.
That's great.
But it's like arcade style too. Like if you die,
do you use your Joy-Con to aim?
Yeah, you use your Joy-Con.
Great.
It's the gun. Yeah, and this is the trick. It's fun, man.
That's
like
great.
One of these buttons is reload. You have to like take it off screen and press the button. It's cool. It was a lot of fun. I played it like, I don't know, maybe 1 day, 2 days, maybe I used it, but like, it was worth it. And that's not just on, it's not just on, Switch. It's on everything, I think. But yeah, it released in April. I didn't buy it in April. I bought it
probably most fun on Switch.
Way after. And I think I bought it because it was on sale. But yeah, it was good, man. It was fun.
Sometimes
if you played the old one.
Sometimes, like I know I was on deck in the chat is like this too. Sometimes you have to buy a game on sale to get into it. You just got to.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to get into it. You know you're not gonna be able to afford that price tag up front.
Bought Hades, dude. I bought Hades on sale at some point this year and still haven't even played it. But I know it's there.
And number 2's coming out real soon.
All
right, and just one more honorable mention I want to get to. This game came out in 2021. Again, but it came out on Switch in late 2021, I believe like December or November, something like that. So, and I played it into the year. I just want to shout it out because it was so good. And like December games get shit on because like you don't get to talk about them. I mean, not shit on. You don't get to talk about them because like they're in between all these lists and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So anyway, Life is Strange: True Colors was released on Switch in late because it was delayed. It was on other platforms first. I get it. But I had so much fun with that game. I love that series to death. They did a great job with True Colors. I wanted to give it its due. I played that game for 15 hours or so. I played the story, played the DLC story, paid $70 on Switch. Totally worth it. Graphics are fine. Wish they were better. But the gameplay is fun. It's the gameplay about Life is Strange. It has nothing to do with the graphics. The graphics are a bonus if it looks good.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel the same way about Tunic.
Yeah, that's a game.
Do it.
Looks
way better. Looks way better on Xbox. 1,000 times better. Got way further on the Switch though. Way further on the Switch.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that. I mean, you know, games like that and me don't get along.
Yeah, I do.
It's one of those games that's just like super difficult. You know what happens to me. But I did get through. I beat that final boss finally, or not the final boss. The first, or I guess it was the second boss in that area.
Mm-hmm.
God, so hard. But it does not look good on Switch. But man, that's a good game. That's a really good game. It is quite difficult, but that's a very, very, very good game. And another one we're not talking about, but we have to mention. I didn't play it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
It's actually on my honorable mention list. I was going to bring it up real fast. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, you know.
I didn't play it either.
It in there. I didn't play it. It's just not my thing. I tried to play. I tried to play the first one, man.
I will play Xenoblade 3 at some point. It's going to be a while, just because it's one of those games that I'm just not into the franchise yet. I want to, like Bayonetta, I want to dive into the franchise more than the game. So I'm actually own Xenoblade 1. I bought it this year in 2022 for my Wii U over here. So I'm kind of working through that. I haven't touched my Wii U in months. But whenever I get back to it, I want to dive into Xenoblade the franchise, not Xenoblade 3. So I want to play more Xenoblade games before playing 3. So that definitely in my honorable mentions, it would have been in my top 5 if I played it. I'm sure. It was nominated for Game of the Year. I mean, come on. All right. Yeah. So we're down to. I have one honorable mention left. You said there's 3 games. I think it'll explain itself as I go here. Number 2 on my top 5 games of 2022, Splatoon 3.
Okay. Yes, I know where you're going then. Good.
Splatoon
Listen,
3.
Yeah.
Well,
listen.
yeah.
Fortnite. I'm gonna just say my piece on this, and
Fuck
you
that
can take
game.
the rest of it. Listen, I love playing Fortnite. Okay, I really like it. I really like it. When Splatoon came out, I really liked that too.
No, Joe, it's number 2. It's not honorable mention. It's number 2.
I think it's great. And when I don't know, when I complete my battle pass this time, and I'm kind of just messing around and in Fortnite, I might really go back and really start playing Splatoon harder again. But I've jumped back in a few times, like over the past, even like last week, I think I jumped in and played a match at some point, just to do it. It's great. It's so much fun.
It is.
I haven't played. I'm so far behind everybody now.
The Splatoon 3, I mean, it's self-explanatory. I played that game for 12 hours on stream. What a fucking day. That was the highlight of my content creator life, was on September 9th when I streamed that game for 12 hours, 12 and a half. Really, you guys know. You guys were there. It was 12 hours and 30 minutes. That was one of gameplay. Well, I mean, we took a pizza break in between. It was a time. It was a time. But yeah, I played that game so fucking much.
That was fun.
I've stopped playing it since. That's the way shooters work for me. I will get back to shooter eventually. Like it always happens. I still play the original Halo games from time to time on my PC. Like shooters are forever for me, and I'll play Splatoon 3 as long as there's no Splatoon 4. You know.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
Love that game. I actually toyed around the idea of not even having it on the list, not because it wasn't worth it, but because it's a multiplayer shooter. And like, to be honest with you, I wanted to put Switch Sports on this list too, but I had to cut that one out because it's like, they're multiplayer fun games. Those are not exactly game of the year material. You know what I mean?
Well, that's very true. I don't know.
But Splatoon 3, it's great. Yeah. It's great.
It's great.
It's great. It's a great game. It's on my list.
It's not reinventing the wheel though.
No way it can be number 1
it's
though.
Splatoon 2 with better stuff, which is great. It's great. And it is good. I do want to mention one more thing too. I just saw in the chat here, Kim just said her game of the year was It Takes Two. I did play that with her. Didn't come out this year, but it did come to the Switch this year. Yeah. That game was amazing. It did win Game of the Year last year.
Yeah.
Wow. What a good game.
Story, I haven't played it, but I heard the story is even as good as the multiplayer.
Oh, dude, the story is amazing. I mean, you'll cry at the end.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't know how it's going to look on the Switch. She says she wants to play on the Switch. I said if I play it again, I'm playing as the lady this time. She can. I've already been the guy once. I don't want to play the same thing over again. I want to play as a different character at least, because the two gameplays are completely different.
Right.
That one was really, really good. I am curious to see how it runs on the Switch, though.
Yeah. So here comes number 1 on my list, but also I'm going to mention these two at the same exact time. We have my number 1 game of the year and my honorable mention. Now, guys, I can't tell you how much I mean this when I say it. You could swap these two between number 1 and honorable mention.
This is how I don't understand how 1 is an honorable mention and not just number 2.
Well, because the other 4 games I chose, I had to be on my top 5. Splatoon 3, maybe not. That's the one I almost subbed out for with the other one. But like, I just couldn't, because both games have their big issues. And I think you guys kind of already are, if you guys know me, you're kind of smelling where I'm going here. The honorable mention is Pokemon Legends Arceus, and the number 1 game is Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I can't believe I'm saying these words out my mouth right now. I can't believe it. I cannot believe I'm saying these words. Before this year, I was laughing at Pokemon. And to be honest, at the end of the year, I'm still laughing at Pokemon. Because Trip is covering his camera. He is leaving the podcast. He has quit the podcast. No more Drifty podcast because I'm a Pokemon fan. We had a whole Pokemon episode, dude.
I wasn't here for it.
You weren't even here for it. Oh my god, I have to, guys. If listen, hear me out.
It's fine. It's fine.
I've made 2 videos on Pokemon. I'll let you go. Let me go. I've made 2 videos on the subject on my YouTube because I feel strongly about all my opinions. Where do I even begin? Let's start with Scarlet and Violet. The reason it could have easily not been on my list is because of how angry I am at the game. Now, my video came out yesterday. My official review came out yesterday. I gave the game a 5 out of 10, friends. Like, I gave the game a 5 out of 10. Like, how does a game 5 out of 10 get in your top 5, Geeb, let alone number 1? Well, let me tell you. In about 4 weeks, I have 110 hours plus in the video game. I cannot stop playing this game. I can't. It's so much fun to, like, if you watch my videos, this is going to sound like a broken record. It's fun reliving my childhood, thinking about when I was a kid, playing, watching the TV show particularly, and watching my brother playing the Game Boy games. Like, watching the TV show as a kid, I've always wanted to be Ash Ketchum. Not going to lie. That's why I wear the backwards hat. I just want to be Ash Ketchum. That's all I want to be. And, like, I want to run around a Pokemon world as a little boy, throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon and becoming a champion. And that's exactly what this game delivers, guys. Like, for fuck's sake, Sword and Shield didn't do that. There was no immersion. Like, not enough. Like, if you're a diehard Pokemon fan, you get immersed. You get because you love it that much. You love the games. I don't love the game. I don't love the games like that. I love the franchise Pokemon. I love the franchise. I love the idea. And this game delivers on the promise of you are a little boy running around an entire world with nothing but Pokeballs and sandwiches. And you're throwing Pokeballs, and you're eating sandwiches, and you're finding shiny Magnetons, and you're having a great time playing Pokemon while you're running around the world. Now, I could have subbed out Pokemon Legends Arceus in the #1 slot and left out to dry Pokemon
felt like
Scarlet
that's
and Violet.
where I thought you were going to go.
I didn't do that. Because I felt like the top 5 didn't have enough room for Pokemon. There could not be 2 Pokemon games in 1 year for my top 5. Just couldn't happen. I had to get one out of there because I didn't want to disrespect Splatoon, Shredder's Revenge, Cult of the Lamb, or Sonic Frontiers. I didn't want to disrespect any of those games for a laggy mess or an unfinished idea. Because that's what Arceus is to me. It's a wonderful game. I played 40 hours of that game. And if you're counting at home, that's 150 hours of Pokemon this year.
I'm trying to. I did play Arceus. I played a lot. I played like 20 hours of Arceus.
Yeah.
Like, I gave it a shot. I did play a lot of it. I didn't. It was good. It was fine. I got sick of it.
It just didn't deliver on that full promise of like being a little boy or a little girl running around a Pokemon world throwing Pokeballs. Everything about that game is almost better. Everything about it is almost better than Scarlet and Violet. But what's not better about it is the feel that the game gives me. Playing Pokemon Legends Arceus makes me feel good, and I'm like, this is a promising step forward in Pokemon games. And I love it as like a sides-off kind of video game style. But Scarlet and Violet actually delivers on that promise of, I'm running around, it's open. You do whatever you want. Scarlet and Arceus, there's barriers. Literal, you can't go this far. It stops you from going certain far. Certain, like, you can't go here. You have to use this dumb animal that is like, you have to switch. You have to switch animals. Like, navigating the world is difficult. I don't want to talk anymore about it, to be honest. Like, Scarlet and Violet is #1 because of how much I fucking love the idea. They just so failed at the implementation with the game. They needed more time.
They did, and that sucks. I mean,
but it doesn't take away. It doesn't take away from how fucking fun the game is.
And that's probably true. That's probably true. For a Pokemon fan, that's probably 100% true. That's why it's sold as well as it did and continues to sell well and will continue to sell well into the future.
Yep.
I mean, it's it is what it is. Do you want to talk about the disappointments?
Oh, yes. Let's start with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Since we're talking about that.
Since we're talking about it, like, what a huge disappointment, guys. In 2022, all the games that came out this year, there was no bigger disappointment than Scarlet and Violet.
I mean, does it? Okay, and I just want to talk about this really quick, and then we'll move on to some of the games from this past year. But does it scare you a little bit? Because it's in the back of my head. I don't think it's going to happen. But it's like, this is a little bit scary when you look at this game running on the Switch and you know what's coming next year. Does it not worry you a little bit, like looking at this game and how big they tried to make it and what they were trying to do with Tears of the Kingdom coming next year on this hardware? Like, it's just kind of scary. It just puts me in. I know it's not the same thing. We're talking about two different teams. We're not talking about Game Freak making a Zelda game.
Yeah,
but it's just kind of scary. It's like, God, we need new hardware. We need a little bit more power to run this shit.
The issues
they should have made it work on the hardware they had, but I mean, it does make me worry just a little bit.
Well,
just a little bit.
Let me cure your worries for a second, because not only are they different developers, but also I'm not sure where you're, because you didn't play the game Scarlet and Violet, so I'm not sure where you skew here. But I promise you, playing this game has an absolutely nothing, like 0.01% of the game has to do with the Switch hardware. Every issue, every glitch has everything to do with optimization. It's totally Here's a comparison for you: Disney Dreamlight Valley, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The bugs are like the same kind of bug. It's not the same issue. Different things happen, but like crashes, glitches, bad textures, bad frame rates. All of that is bad optimization, and that game, Disney Dreamlight Valley, is because that game is an early access game.
Yeah,
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is unofficial.
That, right? They're putting new stuff into that and actually making it. I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, okay, so they're adding content. I don't know if they're not fixing stuff. Abby's game still crashes 5 times an hour. So like it doesn't exactly. They've been updating the game, adding content, but they've not been fixing the bugs, which disappoints me. That's why I haven't played the game that much since. But Scarlet and Violet doesn't crash for me. It actually never crashed. It crashed one time while I'm trying to get to a multiplayer lobby. That was it. Never once during my gameplay has it ever crashed. Crashing is not an issue for me on Violet. I played on Violet, if you're curious out there. I hear Scarlet's actually kind of worse in a lot of ways in terms of everything. But Violet didn't crash for me, not really once. I just had the glitches and the weird frame rate issues, obviously all that stuff. That is all optimization. That has nothing to do with the Switch's hardware. Anybody who's trying to tell you that that's hardware, it's lagging frame rates, it's hardware. It's not. You're just wrong. You're flat wrong. It's optimization.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Look completely. At Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Look at Breath of the Wild. I'm not the first person to say this. Like, there's other games
No, you're 100%
There are other
right.
games that are way better looking.
Yeah.
That perform
that run, yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise, that run way,
I was going to say Monster Hunter. I mean,
way better.
It's not like the most amazing thing ever, but the fucking Witcher 3 runs on the Switch.
And that game runs almost as good. Actually, that game runs better in a lot of ways.
It runs better.
That game definitely is a lower resolution than Pokemon.
Yeah, but they did an update to that game, the Switch version of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, my God, they made the resolution even better than it was, made the frame rate more stable. I mean, it was, you can go play it now. It's great. It's great.
It's optimization. It's such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.
Yeah, but I mean, it's scary. I don't know. It's just scary
because
there's a guy on the internet who just took the ROM of the game and put it on a low powered PC, and it basically runs fine, which doesn't matter. I told you this. Like, I don't care. They weren't making it for a PC. They were making it for a Switch, so they should have optimized it to run on the Switch. I agree. You can tell they wanted to do a lot. They wanted to do a whole lot. And I mean, ran out of time, but again, you're running out of time for no reason. This is not a company that should be running out of time.
It's greed. They're running out of time because of greed. Let's just say it like it is.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
that's
being
exactly what it
Game
is.
Freak. I've been saying this since before Arceus. Like, the issues these games have,
and that's
because they're greedy because they want money.
Now, you can't say it's like the developers.
No.
They answer to somebody.
No.
They need more help. They need more people. They need more resources. And if you're telling me that Game Freak, the people who make the video game for the biggest franchise on the fucking planet, don't have enough money to give you those resources, like, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah.
Like, get your head out of your ass.
Let's actually. Dude, I have another. I'll let you. If you have another disappointment, feel free.
No, I mean that's it.
But here, I have another one.
Disappointment.
Disappointment. I have another one. And for me, I was so when you said, "Hey, dude, there's another NASCAR game coming out." I was like, my ears are perked. I was like,
it's not, I don't consider that a disappointment.
Well, let me tell you why it's my disappointment. Because my ears perked up, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute. You mean I don't love NASCAR? I'm not a NASCAR fan. I respect the sport. After I met you, you've told me things. I was like, okay, I respect it. But I love racing games, and on the Switch, there's very few good ones. So when you told me there was another racing game that was an upgraded version of Heat, I was like, I'm sold. Let me check it out. And you got the game early, thank God, and did your review when the game came out, and then you saved me from $50.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Heat and you don't care about the cosmetic part of it, it's the same game.
I do.
There's new challenges and stuff, but I mean, it's the same game. Like, you go through and play the career mode,
Yeah.
The same pictures of the same guy. You get the same agent.
That's
same
that's
shit. It's the same exact thing.
That's fucking. That is NBA 2K shit right there. That's 2K pulls that shit. The same
it's the
people,
same thing.
the same movements, skin differently.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
like
you.
when you go to like
for
just for instance,
a
like
gift.
Charlotte, like Charlotte Motor Speedway and Heat. There's like a pre-race thing that they talk about the race and they show like people in the stands. It's the same exact little cutscene scenario, same shit. Maybe a different voiceover, like they're saying different things, but it's all reused stuff. It does look a lot better than Heat, though. It looks a lot better than Heat,
and I'll buy it. I'll buy it at half price if it's just a skin. It's a $25 cosmetic upgrade
DLC
to the first one.
For it. It looks good. I mean, especially when they put Heat on the Switch, I was like, all right. I mean, that's okay. It looks like Heat.
Yeah,
but I mean, this you saw the stuff. You edited the video. You saw the side by sides. It's a pretty big difference of what they did to it. So.
Sure is. It would look. I mean, like I'm watching on my monitor, editing in a small window, blow it up on my screen on my TV. I bet you I'm gonna really enjoy that game.
Well, and that's the disappointing
if they just would have tried a little bit, if they just would have tried.
Disappointing part. Here's where I will agree with you and slightly disagree. I feel like you have a valid argument where they're really reusing assets, reusing all this stuff, and I don't like that. I said that in the review too. I'm not okay with that. I thought that was kind of crappy. I would have been okay with it if it was an upfront thing like, hey, this is a NASCAR Heat rebrand, so we can keep this going, but on the Switch. If it was a little bit more upfront, because even when I talked to them and asked them, I'm like, what are the differences in these games? Because I'm going back to Heat and I'm playing this, and they're like, oh well, we did a lot of work on the graphics. I was like, so it's the same game. Yeah. They're like, I'm like, okay, well, you should just say that. Like, it's okay, it's fine. I'm cool. I'm way cooler with it if you say it. Like, okay, this is the evolution of Heat. This is where that's going to go now. It's going to live on the Switch. We're going to make it look better. We're going to be able to work on it more, optimize it for the Switch.
That's great, and that's great.
But it's Heat. I would have been fine with that. Yeah, that's where it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it was like you said, repackaging a gift. Like, I got this blender, but I don't want that shit. I'm gonna
Aunt Susan.
Yeah, Aunt Susan's getting the blender.
Mm-hmm.
The karaoke machines. They're going to everybody.
One more disappointment. Mario Strikers Battle League.
Huge disappointment.
Huge. It's huge. So, guys,
I mean, I was excited.
I love sports games.
Remember when they announced it and we talked about it afterwards? We were like, dude, we're going to be able to start a league. This is going to be crazy. Like, we're going to be able to have like everybody. You can't even do that. You can't even do that.
I didn't even know that. Honestly,
you can't play 4-on-4.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that. I didn't know that they actually didn't implement that.
Yeah, you can't play 4-on-4 in the game. So everything you thought you were going to do, nope, you're not doing that. Like playing other teams and stuff.
What is with Nintendo having such good ideas for sports video games and just so poorly executing the plan?
Well, there's plenty of other games where you can play more than 4 players. Why is this one a no-go?
For me, golf is another disappointment. It's just not quite as fun as I thought it was going to be.
Golf
purely
was cool.
From a feel standpoint.
Cool.
Like it's fun, but from like it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be that game that we always play together. Let's play some golf tonight. It's just not that game.
I would still play golf.
Waited
Somebody
6
was
months.
like, "Hey,
they waited 6 months to give us more free DLC."
Well, I mean,
just wait to put the game out.
Well, they're doing the same thing with this one. They do it with all their sports games now. They're doing it with Switch Sports too.
Yeah, that's different though.
Golf.
For me, Switch Sports is a timeless classic.
Okay, it is, but they're still like they could have just put golf in it from the beginning. They could have just put
I agree.
Whatever else.
I agree. It's not a full price. In there. It's a $40 game, friend. $40 game.
Just
it's a $40. It's a $40 game that is a timeless classic. You'll play from 10 years from now. People are still having fun in nursing homes with Wii Sports.
Wii Sports,
like right. Switch Sports is going to be 20 years. They're going to be playing Switch Sports. Like
nursing homes have Wii's for 2 reasons.
I haven't touched the game in months.
Wii Sports and Just Dance.
Yep,
that's it. Love it. Go to any nursing home. There's a Wii, and every year of Just Dance, the whole disc.
Actually, I have a few Just Dances up there. They're not mine. They belong to Mrs. Geeb that are on my shelf.
Yeah, well,
from the Wii era,
quite
which
popular,
I can totally do that on my Wii U. I can play Just Dance on stream if I wanted to. Well, I can't because of music.
No, you definitely shouldn't.
I do listen, Adam. I do love golf. Don't get me wrong. I love the golf. It's just not as it's disappointing to me that it. But we're not talking about. But it's Mario Strikers. That's what. It just it never it's like oh they came out. I'm like
oh yeah. Well, playing the demo, it was like good. It's fine.
It's just boring. Okay. They it's like the sports games are boring.
Well, Mario sports games are boring. At that point, I knew I wasn't buying it day one. I was like, I'm not gonna get this. I'm gonna wait and see what's going on here. Yeah. And glad I did because it was a huge disappointment, and that sucks because man, that was one we were all pretty excited about that
for sure.
We had big ideas with that one.
Yeah. Well, speaking of disappointments, let's talk about what didn't happen in 2022 that we thought was going to happen at some point. And I mean, we can start with the most obvious one, which is the only one I really have in my mind.
It's all Zelda stuff.
Where's the games, Nintendo?
Yeah, we didn't get Zelda games. We did not. Now, wait, before we even get to that, I did get something right. Okay. Just about everything else is wrong, but I did get something about Zelda right. Because I was looking back, I was like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff that I said here that's just dead ass wrong. I'm like, yep, there's a bunch of it. Whole bunch. Then I found a video. It was about a month before they told us that Breath of the Wild was going to be delayed to 2023. I made a video saying, I think they're going to delay this game. I have a bunch of reasons why. Most of my reasoning in the video was, dude, Pokemon's coming out. Dude, Bayonetta 3's coming out. Like, all these games, like, you know, the closest we're going to have this game is September at the time. I was like, we're not getting this game in September. Look at all these games. Like, we're not getting this game till at least 2023. Then a month later, they came out and said, yep, we're pushing it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't surprised because, I mean, where the hell were they going to put it out at?
It was too full. Like, there's no one game that's, like, spectacular on the 2022 games, but debatable, obviously. But there's definitely not. There's too many games to, like, especially toward the end of the year when the game was supposed to come out. Yeah. They couldn't push it. They already did push Splatoon. They pushed Splatoon back, which you got that right too. You said they were going to push Splatoon back. They did.
Mm-hmm. In that video, actually. I think.
Yeah, I remember that now that we're talking about it. And they pushed it back.
It was because it was, because we were already into spring and they said it was going to be summer, but we didn't have a date.
Yeah.
That's the one they pushed back, right? And then Xenoblade, they moved up. Is that what they did?
Yes, they moved Xenoblade. They moved Xenoblade up, which is also doubly crazy.
Yeah, they moved Xenoblade up and then put Splatoon. They obviously pushed Splatoon 2 back. But, I mean, I did that video right there. Got it right.
You sure did. But, yeah, I mean, we didn't get Zelda this year. And I can't believe that we didn't get, like, even like a stupid little collab. Mario's getting collabs. Mario Rabbids is getting where's the Zelda collab, Nintendo? Where's our Zelda Switch? Where's our Zelda Switch? We got Pokemon. What do we get? We got Pokemon. We got what?
We got Splatoon 3. We got this.
Splatoon 3
Switch.
Splatoon 3 and Pokemon OLEDs. Where's the?
Well, next year. Next year. But I mean, I'm gonna eat the crow on this one. I said so hard. There's gonna be they'll put out a Zelda game. Of course they're gonna put out a Zelda game. They put one out every year. They told us they want to put one out every year, which was true.
I followed you like a cult leader, dude.
I mean, I had absolutely no doubt in my mind that we were getting a Zelda game this year. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Anybody who told me differently, I just laughed.
Yep.
Ha! Yeah. I mean, we didn't get a Zelda game this year. Yeah. It is the first year on the Switch we have not got a Zelda game, which, I mean, when you think about it, is kind of crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I really thought we were going to get Wind Waker and or Twilight Princess. Really, really thought.
Can't believe we didn't get you. Speaking of we should have talked about disappointments. No Wind Waker, no Twilight Princess.
Oh, huge disappointment.
Huge win for Uncle Geeb, though, who purchased a physical copy of Wind Waker for the Wii U and digital Twilight Princess and doesn't regret his purchase because that's the only way he can play them to this day.
Well, I actually have physical versions of both of them, the HDs.
You should
on the
sell
Wii U.
the Twilight Princess. It's going to make you some money.
No. Not until I have it on the Switch. I'll sell it when I get it on the Switch.
And it'll go down then.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I don't care to sell it. I don't want it.
Well,
I want to have it.
Oh, actually, Coke Baby just put us in our place. We got 2 Zelda games this year on Nintendo.
Oh, come on. That doesn't count.
It counts. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. If Hyrule Warriors counts, this counts. We got Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on Nintendo Switch
But there's
Online.
nothing special about them. They're just the regular versions.
It's better than the regular versions. Also worse in some ways if you talk to the right people.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I don't count that. We got them.
Well,
but it's not like they weren't full releases. There wasn't a full release of a game. It was added to the online service, which it's there, but it's not like we got any quality of life updates to it. We didn't get any graphical improvements, no textures.
You're actually wrong about that in one small detail that you probably would never even guess.
What?
It's actually behind me right here. Here is the one quality of life upgrade.
But that's not just for the Zelda games. That's for all the 64 games.
A wireless N64 controller on Switch there's no wire anymore when you're trying to play Ocarina or Majora's Mask.
No, it's nice. It is nice.
And now you need to pay $50 extra or $120 depending if you didn't get it from on time, because the eBay sales are like $120 up from there.
Are they?
Oh yeah, it's like 70. It's like 150% markup.
Oh, I'm glad. I remember where I was whenever those things hit the website. I was
my brother
shoot. I was like, I have to stop. I have to stop.
My brother fucking saved me. I was at work. I had no plan on purchasing it. I was gonna wait till later. I had no idea it was gonna be one of those products that you could never get. My brother called me while I was at work, and I'm glad my boss wasn't in that day, so maybe my brother chatted for like 2 hours on the phone while I was working. And he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy these controllers. You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I sent him the bucks. I sent him the money over the internet. He sent one to my house. And later we've come to find out that if he didn't do that for me, I wasn't going to get one.
Yeah. Hey,
so, clutch.
Ocarina of Time was released in 2001. So we still got a Zelda game, though.
Okay.
We got Majora's Mask this year, but
fair enough.
Still, doesn't count. Doesn't count.
I think it counts.
I wanted something. I just wanted a remade version of an old game or something. I don't know. You know what I would have liked a lot better is the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time.
I do agree with you there.
I had that. Either that or A Link Between Worlds. Like, just throw that on the Switch. It's a 3DS game. You could clean it up a little bit. That game was great.
The map system would have easily been translated to just a menu.
Yeah. That wouldn't have been a problem. I mean, that was cool to have the other touch screen to like move stuff. Like, that is nice, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. That's super easy to do. I thought that game. I mean, that's the best 2D Zelda that there is. It's so good.
I love that. You know how much I love that game. That's funny because I had such low expectations. Some of the games that are my favorite, like Splatoon and other games, are the games that like I had such low expectations for. Like, I think that's a rule of thumb we all should just take along here. Take Uncle Geeb's word for this, guys. If you just like curb your expectations toward it's like worse. This is what being a Philly fan is all about. This is why being a Philly fan is so. This is why being a Philly fan is so great. Okay, because our expectations.
Because you expect to suck, and when they don't, it's amazing.
We expect to be ass, and when you finally figure out that your team got to the World Series, and like you thought they were gonna lose, like embarrassingly, and never get to the playoffs, and then you find out they got to the World Series. That shit feels great.
Yeah, I mean,
shit feels great. So when a game comes out like Cult of the Lamb, I'm like, I don't know, and then I play it, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, because you were low on it until you actually played it. You were very low on that.
The Switch, Alex Switch Corner pointed out for me as well. Like the Switch, the Switch port sucks. Like the Switch port is not a good port. I think they need to upgrade. They acknowledge that, the developers of Cult of the Lamb. They acknowledge that. I do believe they're going to fix that at some point. However, to this point, it still runs like dog shit. And when it's a game, it requires timing aspects, and just in the combat. And when there's a button delay and there's frame rate lag, it's just not ideal for a game like the timing game like that. So they do need to fix it on Switch. Still, like I said, I played most of my hours on PC.
Yeah.
But the point is, when you have those low expectations and the game turns out to be it's good, it's just like a tasty meal that you didn't know you could make. You made a new recipe and it's like, yo, Mamma Mia, that shit's delicious.
Mamma Mia. So what about 2023, man?
Man. Well, the Phillies are going all the way. Trey Turner, baby, let's go. No, okay. 2023
upgraded Nintendo Switch, yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
No Switch Pro. No Switch new Nintendo Switch. No Switch XL. No Switch Lite OLED.
Future Geeb, when you're wrong about this, cry.
Yeah.
But when you're right about it, gloat.
You're not gonna be. I think.
Okay.
I think
Geeb?
At this point they've pushed updating this hardware inside of this thing. They've pushed it so far now. Like I thought even last year was like, okay, it's gotta be next year. Now it's like, holy shit. Like it's like, whoa, why? Like it's got to be soon. Like they have to do this soon.
Yeah. They do have to. I agree. It's just not time yet. Everyone's gonna hate me for saying this, but I've been saying it for a very, very long time, and I'm not the only one.
So you don't think that by June, when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, we're gonna be seeing a new Switch at that point? I'm still holding.
What we're getting and what we're getting when Tears of the Kingdom comes out is a Zelda OLED. That's what we're getting. But it's gonna be a Zelda.
If we don't get a new Switch, whatever. As long as Tears of the Kingdom runs well on the one we have, I don't care. Yeah, give me that Zelda OLED. I'll buy 3 of them.
No, hot take. Zelda's
no reason at all.
Tears of the Kingdom T-Talk is going to run identically to Breath of the Wild. No difference whatsoever. They're pretty much the same game with different coding or whatever. Like the same game, and which is fine. Which is totally fine. I'm not going to. It's like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. There's small upgrades here and there. It's the same thing. It's going to be with T-Talk. And I love that. There's going to be no performance drop off either, because it's going to be better optimized for Switch than Breath of the Wild was.
Yeah.
Not significantly, nothing to like write home about, but it will be. It's just a fact because they developed Breath of the Wild for Wii U first. So they have
also been developing things for the Switch for a lot longer now. They know the hardware. They know what they can do with it.
Sure do.
That happens every generation. The games at the end are always the ones. I mean, look at like a great example of that is Red Dead Redemption 2 on whatever, a PS4 Pro. Yeah. Like, holy shit. That was nuts. I mean, if you look at games from the beginning of like, whatever, the PlayStation 4 to that, giant leaps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's just from being able to, to work with the hardware for so long. You just learn it. I mean, I think we're getting a new Switch next year. I think we have to. Something. We got to have something. I'm still kind of holding on to that light thing too. I said that was another thing I got wrong this year. I said we see a new light.
Uh-huh.
I said we'd see it in July.
Dude, I thought it was a foregone conclusion. I was with you on that one too. I was like, of course we're getting a Switch Lite OLED. That just makes so much sense. But we never got it.
I mean, we didn't get it. That is something I do think is coming soon too, which sucks.
Well, okay.
Just bought another Switch Lite.
Let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about the future. It's 2023. Are we getting a Switch Lite OLED in 2023, Drip?
I mean, I don't know, man. I keep thinking about just the way things are moving forward with, our internet speeds and all this stuff, and 5G. I just think that 5G thing is not as crazy as everybody wants to make it out to be. Like a 5G switch. No. I really think that makes a lot of sense.
We're like
you and I had that. Yeah, we had the 5G talk the other night. Yes.
We're half a decade away from 5G being
I don't think
we're
that
viable.
far. I don't think we're that far.
5 years. 5 years until it's viable. and 10 years until it's like, okay, we can. This is a thing. It's good. When 4G was implemented, it sucked for like 3 years. It wasn't. Your phone said 4G. You were still getting 3G. They were lying to you, and they told you Sprint or I think it was Sprint or Verizon or whatever. Like they said, if you looked at like there was like different time back then, but they told you in the fine print, your phone says 4G, you're getting a 3G signal. Like they told you that, and like that's what 5G is gonna be for a while.
I'd love to look into it and see exactly what their actual what they're saying. We will actually have all this 5G, like the huge, ready to go full infrastructure. But I mean, I don't know. I'd love to see something like that where you can play, just be connected all the time, at least.
Hey,
that's the thing. You don't have to have like the greatest connection. Like I know Kim can use her phone as a hotspot, and her kids can connect their Switch Lite and play Fortnite with basically no problems.
Hey, before we get 5G switches, can we just get a better fucking internet card in the Switch we already have? Like, I'm wired in, and it's the max is 15 down, 15 up.
Oh yeah,
that's the max.
That's a huge issue. That's a huge issue, and that's why the cloud games suck. That's why the cloud games suck, and that's the thing. We talked about this on the film too. I was going to make a video about it, and I got lost in the shuffle about the cloud game because I just got the fiber internet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my shit is fast now. It is fast. But I guarantee I go play any of those cloud games now, they're still going to run like dog shit. Every one of them will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's a Switch problem, not an internet issue. What are you hitting?
Sorry, there's a fucking fly. It's been so fucking cold. It's like -2 degrees outside right now, and they've all been dead. One motherfucker's alive, and he just attacked me. And I wanted to kill him.
That 2 degrees is on its way here right now. I think that's what we're going to be waking up to in the morning.
Yeah,
we got all the heaters out.
We got like 4 inches of snow outside right now, and the blizzard conditions are coming tomorrow, where it's going to be windy as fuck and
nice,
cold.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, Christmas is going to clear up. Actually, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be like in the 20s for Christmas time, like the actual day and the day after following. Like it's going to go up like 30 degrees, but right now it's going to be like -10. Windy as fuck. We have winter storm warnings for snow and cold.
All right. Hey, okay, listen. I got some. We're gonna do to finish this off.
Yep. Let's do it.
Yes or no questions. Okay. You're gonna give me yes or no.
I can't wait to be wrong about these. All right, hit me up.
Okay. New Mario in 2023.
No.
Game.
No.
Okay, that's a no. And I'm not writing these down. I'm gonna say no as well. So we'll have to come back to this.
I'll put I'm gonna after the podcast is over, while I'm editing and stuff, I'm putting chapters into the stream. So that's what
there it is. Okay. Metroid Prime 4 next year.
Fuck.
Holiday
man.
game. Holiday game.
I don't know. It depends what the year looks like, the outlook.
It's possible though.
I'm gonna say no. Because I'm
any of the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yes.
Any of, even if it's just one. Yes?
I think we're getting Metroid next year.
All right.
Metroid something.
New Donkey Kong next year.
Yes. Let me tell you why. Drip. At least an announcement.
Okay.
Because here's why.
I don't hate that.
Did the last Mario movie trailer, was it weird too? They took all that extra time just to mention Donkey Kong when in reality it's a slight skin change.
Yeah, they did. They did talk about. Yeah, they talked about it a little bit. Who knows?
That is an Easter egg, I believe, for what's to come. So yeah, I'm saying yes.
Any other Zelda game besides Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah. You guys can jump into this too. Any other Zelda game besides Tears of the Kingdom? That could be remakes.
No.
That could be 2D.
Every Zelda team at Nintendo is trying to make sure this game doesn't get pushed again, because I lean toward getting pushed again to the holidays.
But they're not though. But they're not, because they usually outsource these remakes and stuff anyway. Tantalus and that other one. How's the other one?
Whoever's working on Zelda right now, I know what you mean. I think they're going to struggle to get it on time again. So that's why they put it to the middle of the year. It should have been this game should be released in February, but they pushed it to the middle of the year. So, and I think
it's
that
plenty
means
of
something.
time though, and we have a date. Usually, when you get a date from Nintendo,
I'm not saying it's gonna.
Date.
I'm not saying it's gonna be pushed. I'm saying they're working really hard to make sure it doesn't again.
Zelda 37th anniversary, baby.
It's gonna be hard enough for them. I say no other Zelda drip.
No, I disagree with that. I think we'll get another one. I think we'll get something else.
All right.
Yeah, Grezzo.
I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, rumor is Grezzo's already got Zelda games done.
Yeah, where was it then?
Just in the holster, man. It's just in the holster.
We have games that we're not going to put out to make money on because
and they're going to make money on them. They're just strategically placing them to make the most money possible. It's called business.
Maybe. What's next?
I don't know. I didn't write any of these down, so I'm like,
son of a bitch.
And
Drip Media was fired that day.
I wish I would have thought of this earlier. Those are some pretty good ones, though. I think those are the big questions. And you say no to a new Switch of any type.
I say no to a new Switch. I should have done this. Type. Yes. No, correct. No, I didn't do this early in the podcast, Drip. I'm going to throw it in now. And it's a bonus to all you guys who listen to the end of the episode. Those of you watch on YouTube, those of you who listen to the audio and got to the very end of the podcast. I was going to do this earlier for you guys, but this is for I guess this gift's going to be for the diehards now. I mentioned it in the pre-show, and it's in the description of the podcast and in the stream, so you may have already seen it. And again, if you're in the stream right now live, we talked about it earlier. We're doing a giveaway. This is the first giveaway for the podcast, is it not? Or did you do something?
Nope.
So this is the first giveaway for the podcast. We're giving away a brand new OLED Switch from Drip's wallet. No. No, we're not doing that. We're going to give away, guys. We're going to give away a copy of the game, the company that sent me a couple game codes. I really enjoyed the game. Called Gyro Blade. It's a really fun little game. If you want a chance to win that game, again, check out the description. That's going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you real fast. What you want to do is you want to download all our episodes, every single one. Don't miss one. I'll know. You also want to watch every live stream from now, the past, and the future. Again, I'll know. But what you want to do is you want to go to Twitter and post a picture on your Twitter and go ahead and @DripGeeb, and the picture's going to be of your favorite game, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever, your favorite game, and write us a little description of why that's your favorite game. And you're going to want to make sure to @DripGeeb so we can see it. If we can't see it, you're not going to be, we can't. And we can't accept your entry. So go ahead on our Twitter and go ahead and do that. Tell us what your favorite game was of 2022 or just in general, whatever you want to do. I'm loose on it. Follow us on Twitter and give us that little message so we know that's your entry. And the winner is going to be announced on the season 3 premiere episode. It's going to be on January 12th. So that's when of 2023. So hype for that. So if you want a chance to win that game, it's a nice little shoot 'em up game. It's really fun. It reminds me of Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance kind of style shoot 'em up game, kind of like Galaga sort of arcade vibes for sure. Really nice little fun game. If you want a chance to win it, go ahead and follow the directions that are in the description of the podcast. Drip, do we have anything else before we leave it off for 2022? Anything to say?
Two more.
Okay.
2 more.
Okay.
1, we heard about a Detective Pikachu game years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Are we seeing it in 2023?
No.
All right. Last one. I said earlier, a Mario game. What I meant by that was like an Odyssey 2 full 3D Mario. We have some rumors. They are what they are. Will we see a 2D Mario in 2023?
When did Mario 2 come out? The Maker 2?
I don't know. I'm not talking about a new Mario Maker.
I know,
I'm just talking about a 2D Zelda.
I'm gauging time.
I'm sorry, a 2D Mario.
Not knowing the time frame makes it a little rougher.
It's been a while, man. It's been years. But I mean, that's 2019. There you go. 2019.
I'm going to say the answer is yes on that.
Maybe.
Well, it would make a lot of sense, dude. It would make, because we're getting the movie. And we're not getting an Odyssey. We know that. It's just not going to happen. Not this year.
I mean, I don't know. You can say, oh no, because the big Zelda game's coming out, but they did the same thing in 2017.
I wouldn't say that. I just don't think. I think our tumbies would have been rumbling with some more information by now.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right about that.
It's too big. It's too big to not just drop it to us in 2023.
You're right with the movie too. It's possible.
With the movie.
I don't know. We'll come back to this.
But 2D, that's interesting. A 2D game to drop with the movie is sometime around there or therefore after. Yeah. That's interesting.
So next year, same time, same place, we come back to this and see how many of these
Yeah.
that you were right about.
Question
How
for
many you were
you,
wrong about.
Drip Media.
Okay.
Will we hit 500 subscribers in 2023?
We will. We will hit 700.
We're gonna look really sad when we have like
We are gonna get 1,000.
406.
We are gonna get 1,000, and this YouTube channel will be monetized.
I really
time
hope so.
next
That
year.
would be clutch for my bank account, but also the community, so we can afford to do more things for you guys. So
Yeah,
that would be.
get a sign that says pre-show to put right here.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's great. This one. This looks great.
Boom! There it
Actually,
is.
give me one little second here, guys. We're transitioning to
Oh no!
the after
show.
We're transitioning to the after show now. So, guys, stay tuned for the after show of the last after show of 2022. Guys, thank you so much for a great year. Drip, thank you for a great year as well, buddy.
Thank you, Geeb.
Partners in crime we are in this podcast. We had a great time in 2022. I need some like music. Hold on. Let's do a little celebration, Christmassy celebration-y music. Thank you guys for a wonderful 2023. I'm sorry, 2022. We're looking forward to 2023. Guys, the music threw me off, I'm not gonna lie. I was doing great and then I fucked up. We're gonna see you guys on January 12th of 2023 from that, but we're gonna post episodes for you guys going out, so don't worry, no empty weeks going forward. That's a resolution Drip, actually. Missed weeks.
No empty weeks.
No empty weeks in 2023. That's our resolution to you guys. So hold us to it. Thank you all so much for listening. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it to the after show. We'll see you guys next year.
See ya.